it seems to me that the 49ers have put an insane amount of pressure on Trey Lance in like all different ways. I mean, can we make like the full list of ways the Niners have put pressure on this 21-year-old kid?
Yeah, I know you said we got to keep it under an hour, but I'm going to try to keep it brief.
Yeah.
Too many people, fans, not pointing any fingers, or I know I am, have pointed to different situations and said, well, this person sat, Patrick Mahomes sat, and look at him. He was an MVP in the first year. Oh, Aaron Rodgers sat, and look how good he was. Stop it. That's you putting pressure on him. That is unfair. The guy has not played that long. And for you, after 2 starts, to say, oh, he sat a year just like Patrick Mahomes did, that's incorrect.
MVP.
And if this team,
50 touchdowns.
It's ridiculous. If this team went 9-8 next year, 9-8, and Trey Lance showed progress and showed you a glimpse in the future, that's a successful season. Stop telling me that you want him to take you to the same game that Jimmy Garoppolo took you to. Stop that. That's not fair at all. In no way. In no way is that fair. That's the insane pressure. And it's no fault of his own. Also, the pressure of being Kyle Shanahan's guy. Kyle Shanahan finally has his guy. You have to make it work now. The insane pressure that they put on him is based on unrealistic expectations from fans, pundits. I saw Marcellus Wiley on Speak for Yourself say some wild out-of-pocket shit about Trey Lance. And for all of you people that say, well, he played the game, listen to him, sometimes players are idiots. And he's one of them. So don't tell me about what he needs to do when a 7-year, 8-year veteran has done in his first year. That's not fair at all. So don't do that. What you need to be looking at is less wins and losses and more, is he progressing? Is he moving in the correct direction? Because if you hold the standard of he needs to make an NFC Championship game at least because Jimmy Garoppolo did last year, you are going to be pushing him into an unrealistic place. There's my rant.
I got more. I mean, just the fact that they haven't moved off Jimmy Garoppolo yet adds pressure to Trey Lance. Because if he starts week 1 and they lose, can you imagine? He's already, people say, bench him. They would have won with Jimmy Garoppolo. Like he's got fans, he's got media, he's got probably players in the locker room. He's got Jimmy saying, well, you know, I would have won that game. I would have hit Kittle. I mean, everyone nitpicking every miss, every throw. That's tough. And then, so there's just the pressure of the guy that you are replacing went to the NFC Championship game twice. So you're in charge of the entire team's success and failure. If the defense falls off, it's your fault. If the pass protection falls off, it's your fault. No one cares. And even maybe players on your own team just feel like, I don't care, man. With Jimmy, we just found ways to win. You better find ways to win too. So there's all that because we can go back to Jimmy at any time. And then there's the actual physical pressure of the pass rush that's going to be in his face now that the offensive line is down to Trent Williams and 4 question marks, which is what it was in 2020. I mean, 2020, they had Laken Tomlinson and their offensive line was not good. I mean, they gave up a lot of quarterback hits. If that's what they have this year and he gets hurt, it's going to be his fault. So, I mean, protect yourself, avoid the pressure, play better than Jimmy, get the team to the Super Bowl, and then win it. Other than that, no pressure.
No pressure, kid.
No pressure.
And here's the other thing, too. I think it goes back to the locker room thing, and I feel like this was something that was lost in week 1 because the 49ers won the game against the Lions. Who threw the first touchdown pass of the season last year? Trey Lance. Okay. When Jimmy Garoppolo was asked about, well, what happened, you know, when they brought, well, it is what it is, you know, he called him in, and it is what it is. Like, Jimmy wasn't happy with that at all. He was not. And if you read that quote, it is what it is. I only do what the coach says, but I'd be lying if I said I didn't want to be out there, and it is what it is. Like, that's all right. So it seemed like Kyle was trying to work out something where it was like, oh, in the red zone, we could start using this guy. And then Jimmy and everybody else in the locker room was like, you can't do that anymore.
That's not cool.
Play the guy.
Yeah.
That's the type of stuff that I'm talking about, right? And then when you have that sort of rah-rah towards Jimmy Garoppolo in the
honestly,
locker
Jimmy's
room,
more of a leader than Kyle. I'm so sorry, but Jimmy is more of a leader than Kyle.
Well,
Jimmy,
I think that what they recognize about Kyle, and I mean about Jimmy, that you've said, is he is very much that guy that you would go to war with and you want to go have a beer with after the game and is a nice
He's
guy.
relatable.
Like
He's relatable.
I completely subscribe to that. Completely. And that is the human factor of playing quarterback that people do not understand. So I'm not going to discount that. I am saying that the 49ers locker room views him that way. Do other teams view him that way? I don't know. So here, now you have this locker room that was so galvanized, so behind Jimmy Garoppolo, that now they kind of knew that this was coming, but now it's going to happen. And now you have to see that through and make sure that it works.
But I mean, there's one reason that Jimmy has this. It's like they went from a team that was 2-14 and then 1-10 the next year. So they were 3-24 at a certain point. And then Jimmy comes in and wins like what? He won. What did he? We won like 16 of his first 18 starts with the Niners. Like that was magical. That was magic. He's never going to do that for another organization. He has this savior mentality, this savior perception here. Like people call him Jimmy Jesus with a straight face. Not anymore. But that's what it is.
I think that honestly, for me, when I see the Jimmy Jesus thing, I think that's more of a meme than anything. I think that's us just like joking around. And you know what? All right, it is. But in 2017, when he first got there and they started winning games, I think that many people felt that way. But it's just again, when you look at the guys that are behind him and the way this locker room looks at him, those guys are looking at you, Kyle, and this organization like, okay, you booted the guy, this is what Marcellus Wiley said. This is how I knew he was off base. You're getting rid of the guy because you have another guy and because of what you traded for him, and he's balling and winning games. He's balling. They're winning games.
Tell me you don't watch the Niners without telling me you don't watch the Niners.
So let me just say this one more time.
I lived in LA for 4 years. They don't play Niners in LA. I lived in LA. They don't.
Just because a player played in the NFL doesn't mean he's smart or knows anything, guys. Please stop.
Hold on. Let me make one point real quick because this is relevant. My new writer on my site. What I've noticed is with Trey Lance in particular, he was part of this. I mean, everyone had an opinion about Trey Lance before he was on a team. He was part of a very high-profile draft class. And a lot of people wanted to show their chops and say, this one's going to be good. That one's going to be – a lot of people just want to be right. A lot of people put their flag in the ground a year or two ago on him and just want to be like, see, and they'll watch one quarter. Be like, that's exactly what I said in my pre-draft scouting report. And it's like, man, so you got to wade through a lot of that stuff because no one's right. No one knows. No one's seen enough. I'm just saying.
The folly of man is to not take new information and use it to shape your new argument. That's it.
And the whole thing with Trey is that there's no evidence with Trey. He's played this much.
Right. And if you're dug in, then just say that.
Say
that. Don't say, say that. Say, listen, I don't like this guy and I don't want him to succeed. Say that. Don't say
I'm betting against him. I'm betting against him. Right.
And look, I don't really want to give too much of that article, too much, but when you read an article saying through game film and you don't provide one game clip, I don't even want to read your article, dude. I don't care. I've watched the tape too. Everybody's got Game Pass, bro. You don't have some special. You don't have some special tape that nobody has. We all have the tape. We all paid $9.99 in the offseason for Game Pass. We can all go look. If you're gonna cite stats and you're gonna cite all this stuff, put the game clip in there and at least show us. That was look, man. I'm not trying to talk crazy about other people because I look.
Hey, it's a public forum, man. It's the public forum.
No, but whatever his work is fine. But I did read the article. I just had big problems with the way that he said, this is the way that I viewed him. And now look, and it's only 2 starts. And then you said, by watching game film, and you didn't put one clip in there, dude. So
that's fair.
Whatever.
That's fair. Hey, always good to take feedback and, use it.